Welcome to Icy Spikes. My name is Eileen and I'm going to be taking you through today's art project. So you should have already received your Take and Make bag here at the library when you registered for the program, and that is going to have all of the supplies you need to complete this project, except for you will need a pair of scissors. So make sure to grab a pair of scissors before you get started today. And we are going to be making paper icicles today. So this is something that you'll be able to hang up in your house, in your bedroom, wherever you want to decorate for the winter season. And you have enough supplies to make 7 icicles in your bag. And then you'll have some scrap paper left over where you could potentially end up making some smaller icicles and more icicles if you wanted to. But you should have enough supplies to make 7 of these that you can then either string up on an extra string, or you can hang up individually in your bedroom. So go ahead and grab that pair of scissors and let's go through what you have in your Take and Make bag in terms of supplies for this project. Before we actually get to creating our icicles, I just would like to go over what you received in your Take and Make bag at the library. So you should have a paper plate and a piece of silver string. There's going to be 5 Q-tips, a container with glitter, a container with some Elmer's clear glue, and then you're gonna have 3 full sheets of triangles printed on there, and then you're gonna have 1 little half sheet. And each of the icicles, you're gonna need 2 of the triangles. So again, you have supplies right here to make 7 icicles, and then you'll have some scrap paper where you can even make some more if you're up for it. So what you're gonna need again from home is a pair of scissors. So go ahead and get those out and ready, and we can go ahead and get started. So we are gonna jump right into the project. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to make one of the icicles, and what you're gonna do is you're just gonna repeat all the steps over again to make your other ones, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start with my half sheet of the icicle triangle template. And again, what you're gonna need is you're gonna need 2 of these black cutout triangles. So you'll see there's like a little outline for the triangle. And you're just gonna cut right on that. And again, you're gonna need 2 of those. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take my scissors. And what you'll notice is that the black lines that form the triangle, they don't go all the way to the edge of the page. So make sure to cut that little strip off as well. So I just cut that little strip off there first. And then what you're gonna do again is you're just gonna carefully cut out both of your triangles. And if you wanted to, because again, art is there's a creative process that goes to creating art. And what you could do if you wanted to is you could use 2 of the different colors of paper. So I guess it's really up to you what colors you want to use, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the same 2 triangles for my icicle that I'm making here today. All right, so I have successfully cut out my 2 triangles. And again, I mentioned that there's gonna be some scrap paper that you have left over. So again, if you wanted to, once you're done with your the 7 templates that we gave you, you can use some of that scrap paper to make some different smaller icicles as well, if you're up for it. Okay, so what I have here is I have my 2 triangles, and what we're gonna do to start forming our icicle is we are gonna glue the thicker ends together, and we're gonna overlap them kind of like that, so it almost forms a little bit of an L shape. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your glue, and there's gonna be some tape on the outside of your glue container, and that's just so that it does not end up opening accidentally in your Take and Make bag and spilling all over. Nobody wants glue all over their project materials. So once you take the tape off your glue, you can go ahead and pop the lid off of that. And then the Q-tips that we gave you in your bag are for putting in the glue and then dotting your glue on your actual paper to form your icicle. So what we're gonna do is we are going to glue, again, the wider ends of our triangles together, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of the glue and I'm just gonna dab it onto one end. And then I'm just gonna lay that over. And I'm gonna show you a close-up view of what this looks like because I don't go all the way to the edge. I only go about halfway. So let me show you real quick here. Hopefully you can see that okay. Let's see. So, like I said, you don't want to take the edge all the way. You just kind of want to go about halfway across the bottom there. So hopefully you guys can see that okay. And what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to let that dry. So don't start folding your icicle until that part is completely dry. I would give it maybe like 10 minutes or so. And what you can do is while you're waiting for this to dry is you could cut out the rest of your icicles. So you can kind of do them in stages, and that way you're not really just sitting there doing nothing while stuff is drying. Okay, so once you've given your first two triangles some time to dry, what you're gonna do is the side where you've got the one triangle halfway, laying halfway across your other triangle, you want that part facing down on the table. And what we're gonna do is we are gonna start by folding our triangles over one another and kind of creating a little bit of an accordion style paper folding situation. So what you're gonna do is you are gonna take the first triangle here, and you can see the line where this one meets up, and that's where you're gonna start your fold. So you're gonna start your fold by folding it over, just like that. And then you're just gonna keep folding each side over on top of itself. Okay, so you can just kind of go back and forth on this. And once you get towards the bottom of your triangles, it's gonna get a little bit trickier because the paper is so thin, but just keep folding it just like that. And eventually you won't have any more paper left to really fold. And we're gonna put a little bit of glue at the bottom to make sure that it holds together, okay? So I have pretty much folded to the best of my ability, and what you can see here is now that I've folded it, you can kind of stretch it out. And this cardstock is pretty thick and sturdy, but be careful to not pull right from the very, very end. Yesterday when I was working on these, I accidentally ripped my icicle at the very bottom. And you want it to be nice and pointy because icicles, they really do have those nice little sharp tips at the end. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna kind of work the paper a little bit to kind of stretch it out. And the nice thing is you'll notice that the paper, again, because it's kind of thick, once you've stretched it out, it'll stay in place. So now we've got this nice icicle shaped paper folding situation going on, and you can kind of really already see how your icicle is going to look. So what we're going to do is we are going to glue the very ends of our icicle together. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit of your glue and you're just going to tape or glue the bottom tips together. So I'm just going to hold that for a minute. All right, so once you feel like that's gonna be dry enough, the next thing that we're gonna do is we are going to thread our string through the top. And the last part that we're gonna do is adding the glitter. So that's gonna be the very last part. And what we're gonna do for threading the string is at the top, you're gonna have a little bit of a flap that you can fold up so that you actually have something to thread your string through. So hopefully you can kind of see that I've literally just folded this little top part up a little bit. And what you can do is you can kind of fold it down a little bit and cut a slit in the top. So that's what I'm gonna fold it down a little bit, and then I'm just gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut a little slit at the top. And if you need a parent or an older sibling to help you, that is fine to ask for some help because that's gonna be a little bit tricky to do at the top there. And then what you can do is you've got your string, and you have lots of string. I gave everybody 3 whole yards of this string. And really you only need a little piece of it for the top. So I'm gonna cut about the length of my scissors. I have some big adult scissors here. So I'm gonna cut about the length of my scissors. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna string it through that slit that I cut at the top. And again, if you need some help, don't be afraid to ask a caregiver for some assistance. This part can be a little bit tricky. And then you're just gonna tie a knot so you have a circle loop for your string here. Okay. And I'm gonna do 2 knots just to be super, super extra safe here. Okay, so once you have that part done, we can now work on adding the glitter. And what you're gonna do for this part is you're gonna take that paper plate, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold it in half and you're gonna crease it, okay? And then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna unfold it. And then we're gonna take our paper icicle, and I'm gonna hold it kind of at the top and keep the string away. And what you're gonna do is you are gonna take your Q-tip, and I'm gonna take a new one here, and you're gonna add glue to as many parts of your icicle as you want. I'm gonna do the edges of all of my folds, and that way only the edge all the way around my icicle will end up having glitter. So you're just gonna basically paint the glue on all the edges that you want. And if you want glitter on the inside of your folds, go ahead and just tuck that glue in there. And you're gonna wanna do all of your glue first. You do not want to end up adding more glue once you've poured the glitter on, because then you're just gonna have a mess, a bigger mess than what we're already making here today. So I am carefully going to, again, I'm just painting on the glue to all the edges. Okay, so once you have done that and you are sure that you have glue in all the places where you want glue, you are gonna go ahead and take your glitter. You're gonna hold your icicle over your paper plate that you should have already folded in half a little bit to create a crease. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your glitter and you are going to carefully sprinkle it over all of the places that you have put glue on your icicle. Okay, and you're just gonna carefully keep turning, and you're gonna do this over your paper plate, remember, over your paper plate. So you're just gonna keep adding it. And what I'm doing is I'm dumping pretty much most of the glitter out. And then you'll see in just a second here why I had you guys fold your paper plate in half. Okay, so now I'm gonna just shake, 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 shake in all directions. And what you're gonna end up with is you're gonna end up with a super sparkly icicle. And the thing that you wanna do now is you're gonna take your paper plate and you're gonna kind of knock it on the table to get everything into that, all the glitter into the crease there. And then you're gonna take it and you're gonna pour it right back into your cup. And that way, you're not wasting any of your glitter, and you can use it again for your second, third, and hopefully 7th icicle by the time you get done with your whole project. So let me just show you a close-up of what your pretty icicle is gonna look like. I think they look pretty cool. All right, so you can kind of see the finished product there. All right. Well, I hope you guys had fun making your paper icicles today. I know I had a lot of fun. I think adding the glitter was honestly my favorite part for this project. It really just adds a little extra special touch at the very end. And I would love it if you guys could send me photos or videos of your final products, or of you working on this project. We love to see what our patrons do with their final products. And you can send those to the email address on the screen below. And I hope you guys had some fun today. I know I did. And I hope that you also sign up for another middles art project next month in January here at the library. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.